6 to 9. You're about to have a really good time, and it's sure to make you smile. On the bus, in the car, on the AirPods without wires. Rank it up on the website, it's the Belle and Liam podcast. Belle and Liam podcast.
G'day there, podcaster.
Oh, such fun today. I always love it when something happens in the world, like when someone's dong flops out in the middle of a race. You just know that's just going to be an easy show, really, and we touched on that a few times. So, yeah, we have a lot of fun with that today. Also, quite often when Ben and I tell stories involving other people, we normally get the green light, just a bit of a thumbs up before we talk about that sort of stuff. I broke the golden rule this morning. There was something that I talked, just because I knew it was awkward, something that I spoke about that didn't particularly go down too well.
And they actually came on the show.
Yeah. So you'll hear that. That's the first thing in the pod. Enjoy. 13 24 10. What non-sexual thing does your partner do that turns you on? Just a little bit. You know, it's just something that goes, oh, I liked that. 13 24 10 is the number. We've never necessarily spoken about this, but I think I know what my fiance's is, Ben. Feels a little weird talking about it, but our dog, Toby, he sort of sleeps in our room, and on the weekends, if there's too much movement in the morning, he gets really excited and he obviously wants a walk. So you sort of like, sometimes you need to go to the toilet, but you don't, because you know if you get up, then you're going to have to take him for a walk. And sometimes he gets like really excited and he starts barking at the bed, you know, and that gets annoying. And so she's always like very calm and like nice with him, and she goes like, Toby, no barking, no, back to bed, no barking, no barking. And normally what I'll do is I'll fire up, and I bark once, and one time only, but I make it loud, I make it aggressive, and he listens every time. He comes back into bed.
That's hot.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like she loves it.
Yeah.
I feel like it's real.
So
I feel like it's real daddy energy. Just like she's like, oh, you know, he's running the house.
So you're saying you yelling at the dog turns your fiancé on?
Maybe a little bit. You know what I mean?
Wow.
I just give him a good, no barking. And he's like, comes back into bed. That's right. You listen to Dad. You don't want to make Dad angry. Oh, wow. He's that dog. I can command the dog and he listens to me. Oh, I'm the head of this wolf pack dog.
Has she told you she likes it, or did she make a noise? Or? Oh.
It is a bit of that energy. It's just in the air. She's like, she's got a bloody dog. Dog listened to you first time. I couldn't get him to listen to me, and then you just... So why don't we do this? 13 24 10. What non-sexual thing does your partner do that turns you on? Maybe it's that classic, you know, the reverse parallel park, and the arm comes behind you on the seat as they look back, like in the movies. Maybe that's enough to just spark something there. Michelle from Morphett Vale joins us now. What non-sexual thing does your partner do that just sort of turns you on?
Good morning, Ben and Liam. It's not my partner, it's actually me. So he likes it when I go to the gym, and when I'm finished and come home, apparently I have a specific kind of smell or a scent that he kind of digs.
Yeah,
so,
right.
Yeah.
He's into that gym stank.
He likes it sweaty.
Yeah, righto. Rachel has texted in. She said for her it's when her boyfriend lies down and rests with his hands behind his head. I don't know why that would do it.
I guess it's like a manly pose? I don't know.
Is it maybe, I suppose if you've got, I don't have big arms, but in the movies, if you see Mark Wahlberg or something just sort of relaxing with his hands behind his head, he's really just showing off those biceps there.
Harley in Kapunda joins us now. This is your partner that loves it. What is it?
When I bring home coffee unexpectedly.
Oh, right, okay. Just a nice little international roast. Okay, just the mere smell of it. Jet, what sort of thing does your partner do that turns you on?
Well, he could just be on a normal phone call and he would just look up and give this Dr. Evil look.
What do you mean?
Sorry, can you explain it again, Jet?
What's the Dr. Evil look?
Yeah, he just has an evil look on him, to be honest. He would just look up and he'd have this, like, mean face on him and he'd just be like, oh, my God. But he wouldn't say anything.
Interesting. Hey, each to their own.
And that turns you on. That's up to you, though. You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
we don't get to decide what does it for you. Riley in Port Nalunga, this is something you love. What is it?
Oh, the Mrs. Gardening, bro.
oh, yeah?
Gardening, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Is
That's the one.
it the gloves? Is it the gardening
Oh,
gloves?
I think it's just the digging.
The digging. Yeah.
Get in there.
How often's the partner out in the garden, Riley?
More than enough.
Yeah, more than enough.
Yeah, sweet. Oh, you want to do some digging today, love? No, there's no digging that needs to be done.
Oh, there's a few weeds out there. Let's pull them out.
Get that spade going.
Yeah.
Get that little trap going. Oh, yeah. Dig that hole nice and deep. Got a text from Sarah, my fiancé, saying, I did not approve of this. And I suppose this is something that we've never talked about before, but yeah, it's kind of awkward now that she's hearing it on the radio. So but I thought, good time, better place than any to ask her if my thoughts are true. So she joins us now, my fiancée Sarah. Good morning. How you doing?
Morning. They're not. It's a very confident thing to think.
Yeah.
It is, isn't it?
No,
Yeah.
but for starters, I think you're lying because I think you're embarrassed now that I've brought it up. But you've got to admit there's a little part of you that enjoys it.
It's effective. It's good.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah.
Right. So what is it? Is it the tone or is it the fact that the dog listens when I get angry, or what? Is it just the sheer rage, but controlled? Like
Controlled rage.
It's controlled, it's directed, and it's not. You know what I mean? Like, what is it?
Bit of everything there. Yeah. Yeah.
Did you want me to do one now for you?
No.
Amy, enough barking! Come back to bed. Good boy.
I must say, I get the vibe that you'll be getting talking to when you get home.
Certainly feels.
I think Liam might have thought I was at work this morning.
I
Yeah.
didn't think you were on an early today.
And I reckon it compounds it when you have to get Sarah on.
It's not great, is it? It's not a great one.
Thanks, Liam.
I'm going to be working a little bit late today, so I've got a bit to do here. So I might see you tomorrow when everything when it calms down a little bit.
Hey, whether you've been craving the ocean, snow, mountains, or city lights, there are so many possibilities for you and your next trip.
Make up for missed holidays and explore more of Oz with whatif.com.
Jump online or on the What If app.
What If? It's Aussie for travel.
It's 6:10. Hallelujah, it's 6:10.
Yep, the 610 quiz, Liam. We have got 5 questions. You get them all right, you get to choose the next song we play. If you would like to play the 610 quiz this morning, 13 24 10, give us a buzz right now.
Yeah, we'll throw you in the draw for Nova's first class and 50k. Only got one call so far from Nick in Port Adelaide. How's your weekend, Nick?
Oh, it was amazing. Me and the misso had our 1-year anniversary, so I decided to take it to the pub on Saturday and Monado on Sunday.
Oh, lucky girl. What pub did you go to?
I went to the Cooper's Ale House in Jups Cross.
Oh,
Yes, familiar. I'm actually heading there this weekend, just for a sort of family catch-up, not an anniversary.
And you can always cross the road and go to the go-karts.
And laser skirmish, but not Hungry Jack's anymore, unfortunately.
You know, I've heard
moved that one.
Speaking of go-karts, Nick, have you heard this? You know how there's the go-karts in near OG Road there? There's the go-kart track. They've got new go-karts that are fully electric. Sounds slower, but apparently they're way faster.
Also feels like they might be paying Ben under the table for some advertising. Okay, Nick, well, let's kick into the quiz. The first Masked Singer has been unveiled, and it was Toadfish from Neighbours. What TV channel is the Masked Singer on?
7.
It's wrong, but you know what, Nick? As we said, you're the only caller so far, so you will get a bonus round. Whoa! It's not Channel 7. Do you know what channel it could be on? It's also not 9, by the way.
10.
He's very good. He's used his bonus round well so far. Schapelle Corby has posted on her Instagram page that she's looking for love. Where did she spend most of her time when she was in Bali?
Jail.
Yep. Happy birthday to Princess Beatrice, 34 today. What's her relationship to the Queen?
Cousin?
Oh.
Nah, that's a bit of a weird age gap for a cousin.
Yeah.
Because she's, the Queen's like 100. But anyway, Nick, thank you for playing. Hey, stick around because we might just come to you for another bonus round. But now we do have Julie as well. Do you know Beatrice, Princess Beatrice? Do you know her relationship with the Queen?
Granddaughter?
Yes, very well done. Okay. Australia Zoo is celebrating Gordon, Australia's oldest penguin, who's 21 years old. What's the name of the island next to Victor Harbour where the fairy penguins live?
Oh, Granite Island.
Yeah. You can get on a horse over there. Which
They
is a
still
bit of
do
fun.
that?
I don't know.
I thought they got rid of that.
Yeah, was it a bit cruel?
I don't know if it was cruel, but I think it was outdated maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, well, some would say it like it was the good old days where horses had jobs.
Exactly.
Now, what are they supposed to do? How are they supposed to feed their family carrots? No, it was sad. I did it a few times.
Why is it sad?
Yeah, it's just like all day, just carry people to and from over the jetty.
What else are they going to do?
I don't know, free roam, run around in a paddock somewhere. Do you think it's a bit sad, Julie?
Yeah, what's your take on the horses, Julie?
Oh, look, I'm all for a little bit of tourism, so I say go for the horse.
Yeah.
Stuff them. You say you wish there was dogs that could take you across. Okay, last question.
Julie, your words
Nothing
are, if
wrong
there was a
with
dog,
good old days.
I'd ride it.
Nothing wrong with good old days.
Yeah.
Let me ride that dog. Okay, question 5. Vanessa Rossi is going to be closing the Commonwealth Games. Can you finish these classic lyrics?
Everybody.
No, you were just singing the bit she was singing. That's we cannot accept that. We cannot accept that. You need to finish. You need to finish what she's singing. So, Cass, can we get you to finish these lyrics?
In the whole wide world.
If this was the voice, I'd hit
No, I'm
my
not doing the
buzzer.
high-pitched scream.
Oh, that's okay. You don't have to do that, Cass. Hey, well done. You have won the 610 quiz. You get to choose the next song we play. Would you like to hear Liam's song this morning? Real stinker, in my opinion.
Or would you like to hear Ben's?
Come on, Cass. What song do you want to hear this morning?
I'll actually go for Liam's today.
Yeah, bit of Neo. All right, Miss Independent, you do you.
Oh, gross.
I like it. Some would say Ace of Base is gross. This is sexy. Hey, Cass, thanks for calling through.
All good. Thanks, boys.
No worries. Are you walking right now, like running or something?
No, I am unrugging the horses.
Right. Okay. At Victor Harbour. Sweet. Let us know when you can ride dogs down there. In the past, Ben, we've kayaked to Kangaroo Island. We've lived in a glass box for an entire week in the middle of the city. Raised $100,000 for Lifeline. Broadcast strapped to one of our own billboards, 8 stories high. But what have we done lately?
We named that lion Chad.
Yeah, that's about it. That was it was like a Monado Zoo thing. Yeah. I don't even think they were stoked with the name either.
No, they didn't like
That's
it.
pretty much all we've got to show for. It's the 8th of August. It's been a pretty slow year.
It's been, you'd say slow. I'd say it's been a bit more relaxed. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, we've just been more focusing on the day-to-day.
You bought those Pizza Hut tins?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I did buy 40 cast iron Pizza Hut tins. Still in the studio. Haven't done anything with them. Obviously, Pizza Hut closed down.
Went to Bali?
Bali, that was a pretty big one.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? This year's about to be our biggest yet. Because we, as a show, are going to make an Adelaide mural. We're gonna get a wall and we're gonna paint a mural on it.
Wow.
Yeah. I know. Well, when you think Adelaide, you think street art, laneways, and the coffee scene. Actually, yeah, no, that's kind of more Melbourne, but like there is a lot of street art here, and I think as Adelaideans, we do rally around our icons. Like we've got our things, we've got our, your Popeye or whatever it is, your fruit chocks,
the Rockin' Horse,
all these
Moles
things,
Balls.
yeah, and you love it if you're from here, and it's part of your identity and your makeup if you're from here. And I don't think there is one yet. So wouldn't it be great?
What, painted wall? You got to see it.
No, yeah, I know there's painted walls, but one that's just dedicated to Adelaide. And like everyone who listens to the show, we call up 13 24 10, we get involved. What do you want to see on the wall? We get an artist, and then it's sort of all there, and then it just stays there and it becomes like an iconic thing.
That does sound very cool.
It is cool.
It also sounds pretty expensive.
Well, that's why I've got a sponsor on board.
You've got a sponsor?
Yes.
Who have you got?
Johnny Hazeman is throwing in a bit of money. No, obviously Johnny from the Mall is an icon. He is not sponsoring this. Farmers Union, because obviously you're going to have iced coffee up there.
Yeah.
Well, they've jumped on board.
Really?
Yeah, Farmers Union iced coffee. They're going to pay for the wall. So I suppose they pay for the artist to pay for the wall.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So they'll be on there.
Yeah, try the legend without the lactose for yourself with new Farmers Union iced coffee, lactose free. It's Farmers Union iced coffee, or it's nothing.
Okay, so you've got a sponsor.
Got a sponsor. Got an idea.
Yeah.
Got a bit of passion in the studio. I'm feeling.
Yeah,
from
yeah.
you, Ben.
I think it's a good idea.
But first things first. I want a wall. I want a wall. I want a wall, and I want one now. Big thanks again to Farmers Union for floating a lot of the production costs. That's why I was able to get in the studio with a six-piece band and also buy some Freddie Mercury backup vocals.
Surprised it wasn't I want a wall and a nice coffee, lactose free.
Yeah, no, that is part of the contract. I do have to voice that in tomorrow. But yeah, look, so we're going to we actually really need a lot of help on this one. We definitely can't do it by ourselves. So if you have a wall that you wouldn't mind people visiting and getting photos in front of, and obviously having a lot of paint on.
So it needs to be in a good
I think
visibility
it needs to be
area.
in a good area.
Yep.
Perhaps if you have a business, if you have a big car park or something like that in the city. I suppose residential. If you live somewhere close enough to like a main road where people can easily spot the mural.
Yep.
Get in touch. 0400 919 919. There's probably a lot of red tape and stuff around councils and different things. So even if you're from a particular council, if that's your job and you have access to walls, we need one by this time tomorrow. I think I'd like some suggestions so we have something to lock in tomorrow.
All right, if you have got what you think would be an amazing wall for an Adelaide Icons mural, you can text us 0400 919 919. We'll get in touch with you, and then tomorrow morning we'll be looking at potential walls for the Adelaide mural.
I'm excited for this. I think this is going to be big.
I like it too.
Ben and Liam are in your head.
Always good after a big weekend of sport to catch up with Mr. Tommy Rehn.
How are you, boys? It's been a big week, hasn't it? I mean, with regards to this camp, it's just been one story after another. You know, it started with Eddie Betts. It went with Josh Jenkins on Friday, which was powerful stuff, and then Bryce Gibbs over the weekend as well. You know, I think we all expected that this might come at some stage, possibly, but the depth and the gratitude to which the players have spoken about it and the level of hurt that they've experienced, wow, it's taken a lot of people, myself included, by surprise.
I reckon the club has to acknowledge it again this week. What do you reckon they're going to do?
It's a great question. I guess, you know, attention now turns on to whether or not they'll... I mean, everyone that was there at the time is pretty much gone.
Yep.
So there's not too many other moves they can make, I suppose. But I think Tim Silvers showed real contrition with his press conference last week. He was great. Matty Nix has been, you know, really good along the way. You know, whether or not they go down the board path, but it's difficult. I mean, I think the fans do kind of want to move on, but, you know, once it's all come out and fresh again, it is clear that this is hurting a lot of players still. So I think you're right. They probably have to address it again and then hope that they can come to some kind of resolution with the former players, but not easy.
I'm reading between the lines, Tom. I'm hearing full club rebrand, disabandonment. They're going to be known as the Adelaide Pelicans now. They are going for a different, just to try and get rid of that bad image and just zhuzh it all up. No, well, only time will tell with that one, but that's Liam exclusive.
I love it.
Also, big win in the netball, Tom.
Well, this is great. So this just happened like literally 5 or 6 minutes ago. The Aussie Diamonds won. They beat Jamaica and they lost to them in the pool game. And how's this for a bit of nostalgia? Our 1,000th ever Commonwealth Games gold medal.
Oh, really?
The girls did it, the Diamonds. So, we used to just bashing up on the likes of Bermuda and Vanuatu and all those other heavy-hitting countries.
I watched a little bit of Com Games over the weekend. It was kind of on in the background, and it feels like you're watching the A grade in footy play the B grade. Like it's not really fair. Like we destroy the other nations.
We cream everyone. Yeah. It's true. There was also another athletics event over the weekend. It wasn't the Com Games, but it didn't go quite to plan for that Italian sprinter.
Well, I don't know whether he forgot to put the undies on or whether or not he was, I don't know, getting a bit excited, but the old tackle was hanging out the side of the shorts.
Yeah, so it's pretty funny to watch. Obviously, the video we've seen has been blurred, but he's sprinting.
Well, we've also seen the unblurred version. Yeah. I think it's on Reddit. Let's not lie. Let's not pretend we didn't look it up this morning.
Yeah. So as you can imagine, he's running. He doesn't have any underwear on.
It's all out there on show.
It's all there. Italian bloke. His shorts were still on though, weren't they?
Well, his shorts are on, but it almost seems like he didn't have jocks. I think we've got a little bit of audio from the race. That's him on the last 50 metres there. The best team to get into the big game. What if, of course, it's Aussie for travel. Visit whatif.com now to plan your next trip.
Tom, thank you very much.
That's good stuff.
Happy anniversary to Belle, a year with her partner Luke. I know you went away over the weekend to celebrate. How was it?
Well, it was beautiful until the road trip from hell home.
Oh, dear.
So we did have a lovely weekend for our anniversary. We went down the coast to Robe. We went to a few wineries and purchased some lovely bottles of wine. Spent a little bit too much than what we wanted to, but all good. We left yesterday on our way back and it was a 3-hour trip home. And
that is a trek, isn't it?
It is. And we started driving. We left, about midday, thought plenty of time. Got 2 hours in, so 2/3 of the way home. Luke turned to me and said, "We've left the $200 bottle of wine in the Airbnb that we were staying on the bench." My stomach's saying, I said, "No, it was you should have grabbed it." He said, "No, I thought you grabbed it, the classic."
What did you buy? $200 bottle of what?
It was Penfolds.
Penfolds.
Really nice bottle. It was port as well. And so we had the classic argument. I'm saying pro, we need to turn around. We need to make the 2 hours back. It's worth it. It's $200 bottle.
So, but hang on. So you're already 2 hours away. So 2 hours there, 2 hours back.
That's
to where
4
you are.
hours.
That's 4 hours in total.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're doing the maths on that, I don't know.
$50 an hour.
Are you a 98 unleaded type of operator? Are you 91?
Luke pays. It was his car.
Okay. Well, if we're saying it's 98 with the prices at the moment, I would argue that 4 hours driving like 110
worth it.
I'm saying not worth it. I'm saying I think that would actually you'd be burning more than 200 in petrol almost.
Yep. If I'm in the car in that situation, I wouldn't be going back to get the bottle of port.
Really? Well, that's what Luke's stance was. Yep. He was saying, "Nah, we're 2 hours in." I won, of course, and I said, "Nah, turn this car around. We're going back." We did the 2 hour drive back to Road.
I mean, how long did you have to convince him? I couldn't.
It was a good 20 minutes.
I couldn't see myself. Even if we left a pet there, I'd go, "We just get another one." You know what I mean? Like I couldn't. That's such a long way back.
So we finally got back there. We were both grumpy. We were over it. Yep. It's like 4 p.m. by this point. And I went back to the house that we were staying at, peered through the window. The next people weren't in yet. The bottle's gone. It's not on the bench. It's absolutely vanished. So I start freaking out, calling the emergency number of the place. They're not picking up.
Was it an emergency? Is that more for if there's a fire on the property or someone's broken in? Hello, 000. What's your emergency? I left a bottle of Penfolds Grange in the house.
It's an emergency. So we went to the local cafe and we sat there and ordered a coffee and brainstormed. What are we going to do? And I said, okay, I'm going to start looking up local cleaners because maybe one of the cleaners took it. And Luke said, okay, so he's freaking out. Meanwhile, the barista...
You can just go around and rattle a few cleaning gauges.
Did you take it?
Have you got it? We didn't even clean. We're not responsible for that. We do corporate cleaning. You're not shaking them by the shirt. What have you done to it?
Well, meanwhile, it's a small town. The barista at the cafe overheard us talking. She came over and said... No, she came over and said, hey, I've actually got a mate that does all the cleaning of all the local houses around here, the Airbnbs. I can call them. She did. Lovely lady. Called them and she came over and said, yep, he's got it.
He took it.
Yep. He took it, and he is willing to meet you in 10 minutes back at the place. So we left our coffees and we jumped back in the car.
He's quickly trying to get a few swings out of it before he returns it.
But this is the thing, right? Like, yeah, he met us, but as we approached him, he came out of his car with his own, like, duffel bag, had clothes all in it and everything, and reached all the way down to his own bag and pulled the bottle out. No words said. Came over so sheepishly, just handed it over and went, huh. And then walked back to his car.
We didn't apologise.
The vibe was, he was like, this is mine. I've got it. He was going to take it home, which, you know, kind of fair.
Finders keepers.
Yeah,
Well,
I get
I
it.
felt bad
Yeah.
going, well, maybe I should have let him have it. You know, he works hard.
Yeah.
But, nah, it's ours now. We drank it all that night. So it's gone. It was worth it.
All right.
Hope you're having a pod blast with the podcast.
If you're wondering what's trending, well, it's a good thing that producer Belle's here.
What's trending?
Trending all over the internet.
Twitter. Instagram.
Welcome to Facebook.
Hey guys, well, we need to talk about the Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson split.
So it's over?
It's officially over after 9 months. Look, it didn't last not even a year.
She's had marriages shorter than that.
She has. And you know what? I'm in camp. I knew this was coming. I knew it was only going to be short-lived. I mean, Exhibit A.
I wasn't even thinking like, oh my God, I'm going to be in a relationship with him. I was just thinking like, heard about this BDE, need to get out there. I was just basically DTF.
So
imagine an old person tuning in and not understanding any of that.
Yeah.
BDE, DTF.
But lol, like TBF, like she, you know, deserves that. BRB, I'll come back with some points later.
Well, yeah, she was 41 and he was 28, so it wasn't going to last. And so, yes, spoiler alert for all the Masked Singer fans out there.
Can I just say, moving forward, we don't have to give spoiler alerts for Masked Singer.
Yeah,
Do we make that a pact now? We're just not going to give spoiler alerts?
I don't think anyone watches it.
Oh no, who was the pizza last night?
I recorded it on VHS, Belle.
Well, last night the first Masked Singer was revealed, and it was Toadie from Neighbours.
There's no way Osher Ginsburg is that excited about seeing Ryan Maloney from Neighbours.
I will go on record and say I hate that show. I hate it, honestly. Osher Ginsburg freaking out about toadfish is...
I'd love if this season it was just the entire cast of Neighbours. Now they're out of a job. They're just like, who's going to be next?
Well, okay, no, quickly though, do we want to listen to him singing Ed
No.
Sheeran?
No.
Oh.
Fine, all right, have a listen then. That's not him singing that. It's not.
Yes, it is.
It's
Listen,
not.
It's kind of him.
My bad habits lead to late nights, sending along.
Oh, what a horrible show.
And finally, if you know a single mate looking for love, well, how would they feel about dating Schapelle Corby?
She's on the market.
She is. She posted on Instagram on the weekend that she's looking for love and she wanted people to get tagging. Thing is, though, you might actually have to get past her sister-in-law first.
Schapelle is innocent. This verdict is unjust. Schapelle will be coming home soon. I don't even know we had the body trial. We didn't take any real witnesses into account.
So Queensland, isn't it? Could you imagine having dinner at the Corby household?
You know what I would love to see if the first story and the last story merge together and Pete Davidson gets with Schapelle Corby.
Hey, there's an obvious link there. They both have something in common.
He's in Queensland.
And they love getting blazed. That's what I was getting at. How's this for a wardrobe malfunction? You would have seen this over the weekend. It went viral. Disaster struck in the 400-metre decathlon at the Under-20s World Championships after Italy's Alberto Nonino. His genitalia came well and truly out of his shorts in the run.
Pretty flattering, I think. I
Yeah.
think the fact that you know it was in the situation, the position to fall out, and Liam and I we found the uncensored version.
Yeah,
and I think he could hold his head pretty high.
It's almost down to his no-nino as it's flailing around there. He's really doing his darndest. I think he actually gets it back in a few times.
Yep.
And, you know, his little Alberto's saying, no, I need some fresh air. It's too hot in this race.
Yep.
And he's like, honestly, he's like trying so hard. And this is like something, you know, be training his whole life for.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't want to stay in the shorts.
Well, it's interesting that he actually, like, when it comes out, he actually runs slower. I would have thought with 3 legs you go a bit faster.
You would have thought that. Had a little sneaker on it as well. It's a sponsored athlete now. Sponsored athlete.
Sponsored by Nike.
But this poor guy, he's not won the race. He did have to go back a little bit to get it in there,
Yep.
and it's not gone well for him.
Imagine if you were the person in the lane next to him and you saw it, you go,
It actually knocked someone out of the race from Canada. They were actually trying to get up on the side
Stay
of
in
him.
your lane, mate.
And then it flicked him out. He actually tripped over the guy next to him. But yeah, you can see the blurred footage as well if you just want to.
You can find the unblurred if you look hard enough.
If you go digging, it's there. Yeah, as we said, we've seen it. This has all happened as well because obviously. If he was just wearing some skins or just some jocks even, it just wouldn't happen. I think he's just like wearing loose shorts and that's it. He might like it free down there. I, for one, have never understood it when people do it wearing jeans and that sort of thing. Yuck. I think it's only like if you've been to the beach or the pool or something, you don't have like another pair of jocks.
Mm-hmm.
You sort of just got to cop it.
Yep.
But no, not for me. Why don't we do this morning? Accidental flashes. We don't want on-purpose flashes.
No.
So that's a very different thing. But just accidental flashes. I couldn't think of anything worse than this happening at a big race. But, I mean, God forbid it happened at a sports day or something like that. You'd never, ever recover from something like that.
We're talking guys, we're talking women, we're talking any body part. We're not going to be picky.
Sharon in Mobry. Is this you or did you witness one?
No, it was me. I was at a popular nightclub many years ago in Darwin, and my girlfriend was heaps drunk. Sorry?
Was it
No, it was Darby's.
Oh, Darby's, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, she was very drunk and was falling, and instead of wanting to hit the floor, decided to grab my dress, which was strapless, and pulled my dress.
Oh, how far down did it go?
Well, I was just standing there in my heels and a pair of knickers.
Right. And the club would have just loved
Yeah.
that. I bet everyone pretended to look away and, they were just very calm about the whole thing.
Thanks for that, Sharon. Lauren joins us now in Gawler. Accidental flashes. What happened?
Oh, yeah. So, stinking hot day. I was wearing a skirt. So, I was actually coming out of a shopping centre. And, like the big automatic doors, it was almost as though, like, the air conditioner and the, doors just collided. And my skirt blew all the way up, but I was wearing a G-string, so it looked like I had nothing on behind. So all these people were just laughing at me with my bare backside.
So it was a bit like the Marilyn Monroe on top of the grate where it's sort of blowing the dress up and she's trying to keep it down.
And a stack of young lads behind me, so I was just mortified. I had to get out of there quick smart.
What shopping centre was that?
Maybe the Elizabeth Shopping Centre.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a few kids just wagging school going, oh my God, we are coming here every day. Sarah in Moana, accidental flashes. It happened to you?
Yes, it did. I went for a surf one day and came home. I was able to walk home from the surf into the backyard. I thought, I just lived with my husband, so I thought I'll just take everything off and I'll do the quick dash to the shower.
Yep. Yeah.
So walked in the house, completely nude, full frontal, walked into basically the living area with my husband and one of his mates over.
Gee.
I was very embarrassed.
Oh man, what did you do? You just sprinted back into the shower?
I just
what?
bolted into the nearest room and my husband just got me a towel and I went to the shower.
It's so awkward.
He comes over for a coffee every day now, just after the surf.
Sarah at the beach again?
When she come back? When she due back? Be good to see her before she...
Hey, I'll have another beer. I'll have one more beer.
Oh, why not? Just my arm. Yeah.
Samantha in Andrews Farm. Good morning. You had an accidental flash at your sports day?
Yeah, so it wasn't me. It was like one of the boys from my class.
Okay.
We were obviously at sports day playing tug of war.
Yeah.
And he's like fallen down, and as he's fallen, like they've pulled the rope and he's just slid along the ground.
Yeah.
And obviously like his junk kind of fell out.
Yeah.
And it was,
In front of everyone. That is soul destroying. That is soul destroying. Such a funny...
And it was like one of those tug of war events that like it's kind of like the whole school is around.
Yeah.
It's the big one.
It's the big one.
yeah.
It's like probably for the win.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's such a funny event as well. And I'm not going to get into why.
Yeah.
But the tug of war, the fact that it happened at the tug of war, just really, you know what I mean? It's like almost too good to be true. Did he ever live it down, that kid, Samantha?
No, absolutely not. But I don't think anyone ever mentioned it to him afterwards either.
Yeah, they kind of just laughed behind his back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you're on the radio telling it.
Yeah, I'm sure he's crying somewhere on the way to work. No, it's not real.
Ben and Liam is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.